All right, shalom.
Shalom, shalom. First, we'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadosh.
double honor to our venerable apostles and elders, our great millstone. Peace and salutations to all you out came out there pushing His truth, and righteousness, and His sincerity through the Spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, waking up the elect as we are in these last days. All right, we just rolling the spirit. All right, brothers got together, so we just trying to get into the spirit of prophecy. All right, because we are indeed in the time of prophecy. All right, and I want to start off with 2nd Esdras. Okay, there's a book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 1. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord." Okay, so the Lord is gonna what? Put the spirit of prophecy in his men's mouths. All right, which are the men that you see in the highways and byways. Okay, you see on YouTube. All right, the men of Great Millstone on down. Okay, those men who speak the name and teach in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai in truth. Okay, 100% truth. Those are the men of the Lord, man.
Right, so, and when you go to Matthew chapter 10 and 20, it tells you what? It is not ye that speak, but your Father which speaketh within you. So when people, think that they're coming against us, guess what? Why do you think you can't confound us? Because you're not in the spirit, you're not confounding us. All right, you're not coming against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. That's good? Yeah, just a block. All right, you're coming against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, and that's why ultimately you getting confounded, because you're not, like I said, you're not coming against us. You're coming against the one that created the mind. All right, it tells you in Wisdom of Solomon, the 7th chapter, that wisdom is the breath of God. So when you come against the men of the Lord, guess what? You're coming against the Lord because we in the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Hey, that's why in Revelation it says what? The spirit of truth. All right, the spirit of prophecy is the spirit of Yahushai is the spirit of prophecy.
The testimony of Yahweh.
Testimony, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's the spirit that we're in. We call upon the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, all right, Ba'ashem Rakakadosh, to give us what? The spirit to go out there and wake our people up.
God.
And it's becoming so heavy to the point where you got other people from different nations, all right, trying to distort or trying to warp, okay, this word from coming out, man. You got guys like Vocab Malone, okay, and all these other guys who come in the spirit of Esau, okay, come in the spirit of the devil, Satan, all right, to what? To try to confound the men of the Lord, man. And the thing is, if you don't believe that we are the men of the Lord, why are you stressing over us, man? Just like how you got pastors, nobody stresses these pastors out, but they claim to be what? Representing Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. They claim to be representing God and Jesus Christ on this planet Earth, and nobody goes to the churches to bother them, all right? But we come out here on broad daylight and on Broad Street to proclaim the name of the Lord to our people, and then guess what? People get butthurt about it. What sense does that make?
Yeah, then you got majority of our people that, which is nothing new. All right, Jake been doing that since I don't know how long. Always because they might be bitter or they might not agree with you. They'd rather join the adversary, to come against their own people, man.
Verse 2, it says, "And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true." All right, so this book here is faithful and true, man, because it has something called prophecy in it. All right, which is something that all these other books don't have. Hey, that precept, get me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Is there? Yeah, get that. So you got all these different books. All right, you got the Book of the Mormons. All right, you got the Quran, which is for the Muslim people. Okay, you got the Book of Satan. All right, you got all these different books. Okay, but guess what? They all don't have something called prophecy, man. Okay, that's what we have. Okay, and that's what's telling us, all right, that we are indeed in the last days, man. And the prophecies are only revealed because those are all secrets, and they're revealed unto the men of the Lord, man. His chosen people, okay, which are the Israelites, man. All right, shalom to all you brothers in the common board, man.
God, all right. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 16. "Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. Right. None shall want her mate."
Right. So none of these shall fail, meaning everything that's written off will be fulfilled, man. Including that RFID microchip being the mark of the beast, because we are living in those days that prophecy is being fulfilled. Okay, you got Elon Musk, all right, talking about something called Neuralink. Okay, so they're gonna try to neurologically link you with technology, man.
Right.
Okay, that's literally the name of the company. All right, Neuralink, and then you have the Bill Gates of the world with Google, Microsoft, and so on and so forth, developing technology that they can put in people to merge technology and humans. But for that to happen, you have to what? Compromise your spiritual, man. And that's where you taking the mark of the beast is gonna have what's the word? consequences for that, man. That was a different word I was looking for, but I'll go with consequences. There'll be repercussions for that. Okay, it tells you that in Revelation 14:9. Okay, so you got dudes out there talking about the RFID microchip is not the beast, man. So what the hell is it, man? You're misleading the people, man. You're misleading the sheep, and there's gonna be a payment for that. That's a scary thing to do, man. Give me Jeremiah 23 real quick, man. Finish this.
It says, for my mouth it has commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them.
Right, and it has gathered who? The men of the Lord, man. It has gathered the elect. Okay, and that's what's happening right now, man. That's why these heathens are confounded by this, man. Because for so long they thought, well, just leave them out. The elders been teaching for 30 plus years, and nobody harassed them. Oh, well, they did, but now not to this level. But now you got dudes making it a chore, okay, to just come up on the comment boards and talk shit, okay, because they see the power within what the works of the Lord is doing, man. They see the power within what we're saying, because it's not just words anymore. It's actually taking effect. You got people leaving the Christian churches. You got people waking up and hitting brothers up and be like, yo, I want to learn more about the word, man. And a few years ago, when we first got into this truth, people didn't care about this truth. You spoke about it, they look at you like you crazy. But now the Lord is making things happen so fast that they're like, yo, there's no other option or no other explanation to what's happening but to go to these men of the Lord. And that spirit is going to get intensified. If you think this is something, wait till very soon, man. We're going to have to run away to hide because of how many people are going to come after us to seek answers, man.
Amos 8 and 11.
Amos 8 and 11, exactly.
Right. Say one in Revelation 13?
No, Jeremiah 23.
Okay.
You know? And that goes into these false prophets out there talking about the RFID microchip is not the mark of the beast.
They say now how does this make sense? The mark of the beast, right? Because we were talking about yesterday when we was watching the stream. The mark of the beast, all right, is not no damn chip, right? That's what he said. It's not no damn chip. Is basically the philosophy of Christianity. Now hold on. So when is the mark of the beast going to be implemented? Has it already been implemented? Since Christianity's been there for a while now. Okay, so if you're not a Christian, all right, or if you don't have Christianity, you can't buy and sell. So then does that mean that the person who said it was a bot, that he got the mark of the beast? Because how did he purchase the camera? Exactly. The garments. You bought that, right?
Right.
So do you have the mark of the beast? Because you don't believe in Christianity. So you are teaching against Christianity, right? Saying that Christianity is the mark of the beast. But in Revelation it says that if you don't have the mark of the beast, you can't buy or sell. But yet you're able to buy and sell. So how does that make sense?
Right.
He says a philosophy. Hold up. So since when could you put philosophies or Christianity into your hand?
Right.
It literally says it's an incision.
Right.
Are they gonna write Christianity on a piece of paper and put it inside your hand?
Right. See, that goes into what? You're not in the spirit of Yahushua, man. You're a deceiver, man. You know what I'm saying? You're a false prophet. That's what it is. And it's not about how long you've been doing this work. It's about what you're teaching. Okay? Because if the Lord doesn't have the spirit on you, you're going to mislead the sheep. And that's a very dangerous thing to do. Okay? That's a very dangerous thing to do. And the blood of everyone who goes and says, oh, well, I mean, it does make sense. You know, I mean, the mark of the beast is really just philosophy. What's going to happen then? Their blood is on your hand, man. You're Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter. All right? Their blood is on your hand. You can start off at 17.
3 and 17?
17, yeah.
Hey, but at the end of the day, you know what? The Lord said, all right, pursuant to 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, then shall they be known who are my chosen. So when all hell is breaking loose, guess what? You're going to find out who the men of the Lord are and who are not the men of the Lord. The only difference is, for those that the Lord doesn't have mercy on, you're going to be stuck with the choice you pick. You know? So if you didn't listen to us, all right, and you said, nah, we're going to listen to people who got more views or people who, you know, who sound more enticing, you're going to have to stay with them. You know? When all hell is breaking loose, because it says it, when they shall cast them out of their houses, then shall it be known who are my chosen. So when all hell is breaking loose, then the Lord is going to let it be known who are his chosen. How? By protecting them, by delivering them. Okay, Isaiah 65 and 13. So you want Ezekiel or Jeremiah?
Ezekiel first and then Jeremiah.
This is Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel.
Right, so we're watchmen, meaning we're supposed to stay on our watchtower and watch for any dangers that might be coming to us, towards the city, man, towards the nation. Okay, we're spiritual watchmen. All right, so we're supposed to be what? Being on our watch. That's why Yahushua said, "What? Watch ye therefore and pray." Okay, that's what we're supposed to be doing. We pray for what? The Lord to give us the spirit, that when we see these things, we can what? Discern them, match them to prophecy in the scriptures, and then give warning to the sheep. That's our job. Okay, get that.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved.
There you go. That's it. That's all we do. We got to watch. The Lord is going to give us what to do, and then we go out there and do it. That's it. So one of those things the Lord has told us to do is to what? To go out there and prophesy. He doesn't say, oh, go stand there and tell people what you feel like is right. No, he said, tell them what I need you to tell them, man. And this is what he said also. Before you go into that, let me finish this. Let me add on to this. This is a book of 2nd Ezra, like we started, verse 15, verse 3. Chapter 15, verse 3 says, fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. So in Ezekiel, it also talks about he's going to make our foreheads hard against their foreheads, because we're not expected to be accepted. The word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai on this earth, this wicked kingdom, is not supposed to be accepted by all. That's why we don't push for the whole world to accept this doctrine. All right? We only push for the elect, because those are the ones who are going to wake up and say, there's something really, really, really wrong with this empire. There's something really wrong with what we're doing in this world that we live in. Sign ain't right. And once the word comes in, it brightens everything up. It gives you that sight of like, oh, that's why things don't make sense here no more. That's why we got to get out of here. That makes sense. We don't belong here. Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
They don't know how to.
They don't know how to.
That's why we're here.
Exactly, to give you guidance, to show you the way. Okay? Starting from our elders and apostles on down, from GMS on down, we're showing you the way, man, because we're sent by Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man.
I got a precept.
Get that.
This is Romans chapter 10, verse 13. Hey, ultimately, because if the world didn't accept the doctrine when the Messiah himself taught it, what makes you think they're going to accept it now? The same people that could receive it. That's why he always said, if you can receive it. All right? Those
that have an ear,
let him hear. So those that could receive it then are those that are going to receive it now. But this is Romans chapter 10, verse 13. For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved, referring unto the Israelites. How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard?
Right.
And how?
So that means we're supposed to proclaim the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Especially in these last days. You know what I'm saying? They've been calling upon Jesus Christ all these hundreds of years. They've been calling on Allah and all these different things. Ain't nothing changed. It wasn't until the Israelites came on the scene, that's when you're seeing things happen, man. That shows you where the power lies. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so continuing, Romans 10, verse 14. How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher?
So you need a preacher. All right, you need somebody to go out there and tell you about the words of the Lord, man. Okay, to go out there, literally be out there in the highways and byways and teach the name of the Lord. Okay, because look, if I'm passing by a church, I'm not inclined to walk into that church, man. But if I'm passing by a man of the Lord speaking out in the highways and byways, just out in the open, I'm inclined to probably hear some shit and be like, yo, hold up. He just said something different. Hold up, wait a minute. What he just said, I've been thinking about it. I've been really thinking about it. I just never had an answer for it. And you come up and then you start inquiring like, yo, so what is this about? What are y'all talking about? We're preaching the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and waking up our people, the 12 tribes of Israel. Oh, word, 12 tribes. I've been hearing a lot about that. Yo, what's going on with that? You're not going to get that in the churches because the Lord is not in these churches, man. That's why a lot of these people in the churches are going to die a painful death if they don't repent. Okay?
I got something.
Yeah, go ahead. Finish that.
This is because we mentioned, how shall they hear without a preacher? So you need to be taught. Hebrews 5 and 12. For the time ye ought to be teachers. Why? Because the Lord said, the harvest truly is great, but the laborers are few. So guess what? When for the time ye ought to be teachers, because why do we teach you? What did the elders and apostles say when they first went out there? They said, y'all who are learning this, y'all got to go out there and start teaching. So we're teaching to bring more laborers in. Right? What the scripture continues says, pray ye the Father that, he brings more laborers. So when for the time ye ought to be teachers, because we gotta teach the teachers so they can teach and we can continue the cycle.
Right. The same thing Yahushua did. He spent 3 years with his disciples, brought them up, all right, groomed them, and then he left them with the Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh. And he said, go out there. Matthew, the 5th chapter, the 10th verse, where it talks about, is it 10 and 5?
I think it's 10 and 5.
10 and 5, yes, like it. And he tells them what? Go rather into the lost sheep of the house of Israel, all right, and preach repentance. Okay, that's all he said.
Right.
So he groomed them. But for us to be able to do that, we got to learn. We got to be under somebody. Somebody got to teach us. We ain't just wake up and find out, oh, we're Israelites, we know about the truth, da-da-da. No, we had to learn from somebody, man.
Same way disciples learn.
Thank you. That's it. All right? So you got men who come into this thing, they're so proud. It's like, bro, humble down, man, because before you met these men, you didn't know shit.
Right.
You called yourself black, you called yourself African American, you called yourself deaf. That's black means. It goes back to the Greek word necro, okay, which means death, man, or dead, okay? So that's literally what you call yourself when you going around calling yourself black and Latino and all. That shit means nothing. It literally means nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? And then you end up worshiping Jesus Christ and God. These are deities that are abominable, man. Okay? Just like in the ancient times, we used to our people were going into Beelzebub and what's the damn, I forgot. In Jeremiah it talks about the gods that our people were going into. Baalim and all these different
Molech and
all these different gods, man. These are all lesser gods that don't mean nothing.
Right. And clarification, meaning abomination, meaning that the Most High's name is not God, and His Son's name is not Jesus Christ. Because you might have some newcomers that might, oh, what? You don't believe in God, dude? You know?
Yeah, those are different entities, man. The Most High's name is Yahweh, and His Son's name is Yahushai, man.
Yeah, the word God just means power.
It means power, that's it.
You know, so what is the name of the power?
Right.
You can say Allah, but Allah is just the Hebrew way of saying God.
Right.
Now they'll say it's Arabic. Well, Arabic comes from Hebrew.
Right.
Okay?
God.
So let me finish here.
Yeah.
Get that. Hebrews chapter 5, continuing on, verse 12. For when for the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again. Why does it say again? When you go into Peter, it says what? Stirring up your pure remembrance. Though ye once knew this.
God.
Okay?
God.
So again, because what? It's already within you. The spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. What did the Lord tell Daniel? You're going to stand in your lot in the end days, man. Okay? So you got to be taught again because we were already taught this. Paul told Timothy that what? From a youth thou hast known the holy scriptures which are able to make you, or basically give you salvation. So it says, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of God. That's why when you first come in, the first thing to do is what? To keep your mouth closed and listen. Because these are the first principles. You got to be taught. All right? And you learn the most by listening. Ecclesiastes 5 tells you what? Keep thy foot when thou goest into the house of the Lord. All right? And be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools. Because what? Fools don't know when to shut up and when to talk. It says, the oracles of the Most High and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat. So that's why, hey, sometimes you might be looking for a certain breakdown or something like that, and the Lord won't give it to you until a certain time after. Because he's trying to broaden your understanding first before he gives that to you. Same way a child needs to grow teeth before they can chew.
Beautiful. Hey, and that's why we have another precept, Romans 15:4, going back to being taught. Okay, it says, for whatsoever thing were written aforetime, okay, were written for our learning. Now you go into the word learning, okay, that means what? To get knowledge.
All right.
Okay, to be cultivated. That's what to be cultivated. That point right there is very important. To be cultivated, meaning what? Somebody gotta what? Take you from whatever state you're in and mold you into what you have to be.
Right, nurture you and
nurture you.
Yep.
So that's why it says what? Newborn babes, all right, need of milk and not of strong meat. Okay, so you have to what? Cultivate. You have to what? Nurture. And that's that nurturing process. Babies, when they're born, all they do is cry and make baby sounds. They don't talk because they're what? They're learning. Once they learn, that's when they start saying things. Dada, mama, they're hearing these things.
Right.
So it's the same thing for you to be able to teach or at least use the words of prophecy. You have to be taught what prophecy is all about. You need to get the understanding of those prophecies. You need to get those dark sayings broken down onto you, man, through the spirit and power of the Most High.
God.
And it's not for everyone. That's why this thing is not for everyone, bro. It's not that hard to understand.
That's why the scriptures say that, look, let your conversation be in all holy conversation. Why? Because you constantly have people that are watching you. The same way as a parent, you don't want to be constantly cussing in front of your child because they're going to grow up doing the same thing. So that's why as leaders or as men in this truth, you got to carry yourself a certain way because not only is the Most High and the angels watching, but you have newcomers that are also watching how you're conducting yourself. And if they see you doing something a certain kind of way, Paul said what? Don't use your liberty as a stumbling block onto younger brothers, man. Because they might think, oh, it's okay to do it. They might not understand what you understand. Because their conscience might not be on the level of yours. Right. And they might end up falling out or going off.
Right. And we got to also understand that this position, you know, is something that's very prestigious. And even in the world, when you look up to somebody, you try to imitate what they do. You try to be like them. Like, yo, you know, I really like this guy, which really is not too bad to do that because we emulate ultimately Yahushai. Right. We all try to be like Yahushai, you know? But the Yahushai has put men on this earth to lead us. That's why we have leaders. That's why we have teachers. We have apostles and elders, man. Okay, those are the men that what? we follow in their footsteps, like the Apostle Paul said, be ye followers of me as I am of Yahushua.
Right.
Okay? So we got to follow in the same footsteps as the men of old who were there before us.
Right.
That's the best way to go about it, because, hey, there's a philosophical saying that says it's best to read and study the works of others, okay, their mistakes and their trials and tribulations. You read and study those things and learn from it, so you don't have to go through the same trials and tribulations they went through to get that knowledge so they can write it down for you. You see, that's where the adults come in. That's when the leadership comes in. That's when the nurturing comes in. That's when the patience comes in. That's when the learning comes in. That's when the growth comes in. You see?
Yeah, because you got to understand that, look, there's certain things that you can only gain through experience, right? Certain information you can only gain through experience.
Right.
Now, certain experiences you don't want to go through to gain that knowledge. So that's why you learn from others who've already gone through that. That's why you have elders and teachers and parents who will say, look, I was once your age. I went through what you went through. So I can tell you don't do this or do that. Why? So you don't have to go get your leg broken or get shot, so you can understand why you shouldn't be selling drugs or you shouldn't be doing this, that, and the third. You know, so you learn from what's, like you said, reading, because the people in the past, clearly they're not here right now, all right, as themselves in the past. So what? They wrote these things down. That's why it says what was written aforetime was written for our learning. So we can learn through their experience that they wrote down. Okay?
It says that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, all right, of the scriptures, might have hope. Okay, hope in what? Hope in salvation. Because that salvation is coming for the elect of the nation of Israel.
That's right.
And only those who have that hope in that promise are going to get that. Because what the Apostle Paul said, he said, what? We are prisoners of hope. Okay, so if you're a prisoner, you're waiting for somebody to break you out. All right, you're waiting for that for your lawyer to come fight your case for you, man. And that ultimate lawyer is the judge. It's crazy how the lawyer for us is actually the judge.
And he says, Yahushua make it basically intercession on our behalf as a lawyer.
Mediator.
But he's the one who the Lord gave power of everything.
Right.
So he's ultimately the one who's going to judge our case at the end of the day.
He's fighting for us, so you already know the game is already rigged. It's clipped.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why they salty. They hurt.
All right. Get back to Second Ezra real quick.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me see.
You got something else?
Yeah, I still have Romans.
Okay.
Romans. Romans chapter 10, continuing at verse 15. It says, and how shall they preach except they be sent? See, that's the key part right there. If you're not sent, all right, from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, you can't preach the correct truth, man. You're gonna end up like them vagabond Jews.
Right.
You know,
Right.
They saw it. Oh, this shit, it look dope. I'm coming to rebuke you in the Yahushua that Paul teacheth, man.
Right.
Not the Yahushua that sent you or the Yahushua that you know, but the Yahushua that Paul teacheth, man. So them demons are like, bro, who the hell are you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay, we know Paul, we know Yahushua, because they are established by Yahweh.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
But who the hell are you?
Right.
You come in to pose as them. If you don't get, matter of fact, come here. They tore his ass up, man.
Tore him up.
Had him running out naked. Okay?
Bruised and shit.
And that's what them demons gonna do, man. Guess what? That time is coming very soon. All right, where the Lord said that the beasts of the field are gonna be in league with thee. You come out here acting like a man of the Lord. If you're not a man of the Lord, you're gonna think that's about to be in league with you. It's gonna come up and it's gonna tear your ass in half. All right.
A lot of people out there, they see this thing happening, and then they want to what? Partake in it without being licensed to do so.
That'll come with the cost.
When the Lord comes and He asks you for your license, who gave you the permit to do this? What answer are you gonna give Him? I saw it on YouTube and I thought I just took a scripture and I started teaching. No. The Spirit gotta deal with you. And if the Spirit's not dealing with you, that's the permit. The Spirit has to be the permit. It tells you in Revelation, it says what? I will come in and sup with Him, man. That's what the Lord said. So if He's not supping with you, that means you're not of His sheep. You're not a shepherd. You're a hireling.
Hey, there's certain precepts that say they spoke as the Spirit gave utterance.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep. And that's what a prophet will do.
Right.
Okay, it will say before.
Right.
Okay, it says, going back to 2 Ezra 15 and 5, at verse 4, it says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Okay? So if you don't believe what we're saying, you're going to die in your unfaithfulness, man. And then when we see, if you're an Israelite and we see you when you get to the kingdom, okay, when you get reincarnated back in the kingdom, all right, which is not going to be in the heaven, sky, somewhere, it's going to be right here on earth. Okay, when that time comes, you're going to finally realize that everything we're saying was true. Okay, and that's when that everlasting shame and contempt will come into play, man.
Right.
Back in Daniel the 12th chapter. Okay.
Well, that's a question right there, like we were talking about earlier. So hold up, the kingdom, right? The kingdom is going to be here on earth. John said he saw it coming
He saw
down.
it coming down,
And
yeah.
John also said that we're going to be kings and priests and we're going to reign on the earth. So if the kingdom is going to be on earth, and John is including himself as a part of those that are going to reign on the earth, but hold up, John is dead.
Right.
So if reincarnation is not biblical or it's not in the scriptures, how is John going to reign on the earth if he's already dead?
Right.
Because he's going to have to stay in the spirit world. How's he going to reign? What about Paul? You mean Paul just put in all that work and he's not going to get a reward?
Right.
He said, I got a crown. Now, a crown means you're going to be made a king. Where are you going to be made a king? Here on the earth.
Right. Hey, Yahushua also told the disciples, he said what? You're going to be ruling, you're going to be sitting on 12 thrones judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
Hey, he said, if you follow me in the regeneration.
Regeneration.
What does that mean?
So 2,000 plus years ago, they all passed away. Yahushua left. But he said he's going to come back. Those men, where are they now?
Thank you.
What happened to those men?
Right.
Peter, Paul, James, John, all these men. Matthew, Mark, all these men that were back there that we read about every single day. Elijah, Ezekiel, even before the time of Yahushua. All those people, what happened to them? You see what I'm saying? And if this is like these Jewish people say, and vocab and all these guys that we're not the Israelites, okay, cool. If that's the case and that's your point of the claim, that's fine. Let's analyze that real quick. The people who claim our land, okay, they call themselves Jewish, which there's no such thing as Jewish. It makes no sense. But let's just use for argument's sake. You're staying in the land, Jewish people. What about the rest of the tribes? That's just Judah. And even if that was the case, you're a Jew, okay, or a Judean. That's it. But what about the other tribes?
Yeah.
Okay, what about where's your Yahushua at? We're supposed to be ruling on the earth if that's the kingdom of heaven. Where's your Yahushua at? Why is that we're hearing about World War III about to blow up? Why is it that your country, the state of Israel, okay, condition of Israel, why is it about to be on a second lockdown for Corona?
Right.
Why we have diseases and
pestilence.
pestilences, man? If this is the kingdom of heaven,
Yeah, hold on.
why do we have homosexuality if this is the kingdom of heaven? Why do we have people in these countries doing sex trafficking and stuff like that? Why do we have all those things, man? Why is it that you have the governor in California talking about they're gonna amend certain laws for pedophilia, man? What about that? Huh? If we're in the kingdom of heaven, why are we going through all these curses, man? What's up with that? Why do you have men of the Lord still preaching about the end if we're in the kingdom of heaven, man? What sense does that even make? You see, so right there, we cut your argument, bro.
The Lord said,
that's done.
Hey, the Lord said that they shall not do hurt in my holy mountain.
That's it.
People getting hurt even in the land of Israel. Now, it also says that what? The strangers shall build up thy kingdom. Okay, we might have been slaves in America, but we did not build up Israel for you.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So what's that about? Now, wait, hold up. Why would we need to build up? Why would strangers need to build up the kingdom? You know? Because Israel hasn't been destroyed.
Right.
It was never destroyed.
Right.
Okay, yeah, Jerusalem got sieged, but Israel was never destroyed. So at what point did we build up the kingdom? At what point did you suck the breast of these kings? At what point were these Gentile kings your nursing fathers?
Right.
Okay. At what point did they bring their gifts onto you?
Right.
When did that happen? They want to blow your ass off the planet Earth.
Yeah, and when did the prophecy of John seeing the kingdom coming down? Where did that happen?
Right.
Where's the accounts? We don't see the account. With your how about Yahushua, man, not about you people, man. You crazy as fuck.
I got a precept, right? We're gonna go through this right here, and this is what the Lord said is gonna happen when the kingdom of heaven is established.
Right.
And now let's do some comparisons and see if they're really the true Israelites, all right, in the kingdom of heaven. Now this is Isaiah chapter 65, all right, and we're gonna start at verse 17. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered nor come into mind. Well, guess what? We still remember everything that happened. We still remember this age. Okay. It says, be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing and her people a joy. They're not rejoicing, they damn near protesting. They setting fires. They want Netanyahu out of there. You know what I'm saying? What happened to that? Where's King David?
You got a prime minister, you don't got a king. Okay? That right there cuts everything. You don't even get into the scriptures. You don't even believe in the book of Revelation, bro. What are you people smoking? Huh? You Jewish people, what are you smoking? That you know you're not the real people. Hey, listen, man. All I'm saying is that what the scriptures say, you're gonna be in slavery. Give me Revelations 2:9 real quick.
All right.
After you're done with this one.
Okay. So it says, all right, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing and her people a joy. Nobody joys in you people, man.
Nope.
Y'all are the sickest, vilest people on the planet Earth, man. All these people in charge of this pedophile rings, this sex trafficking. Who do you think is funding all that? The organ trafficking.
Right.
All right?
Right.
That's all you damn devils, man.
Right.
Y'all own everything.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
But you didn't do it in the right way. Okay?
Hey, you take it
By
take,
force?
by
violence.
By violence,
Yeah.
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. It says, and I will rejoice in Jerusalem and joy in my people, and the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. Tell me that that's not happening in Israel, man. Tell me there's nobody crying and nobody weeping in Israel, man. That's a lie. Okay?
Right.
So
Hey,
that doesn't add up.
right. And everybody knows who you are, man. That's why whenever you bring up the topic of like people ruling the world, they say, oh yeah, the Jewish people, man. The Jewish people got all the money, man. They run the Hollywood system, they run it, you know, the school system, the politics, they run it all. You know what I'm saying? It's just Jewish people, man. They're the problem, man. And that's why you have these other nations finally waking up to who the fuck you are, man. Okay? Excuse my Babylonian language, but these other nations are waking up to who you are, man. As Esau Edom, man, and you're gonna be destroyed. You're gonna be in slavery for 1,000 years, and it's not. Yo, bro, listen, man. Give me Revelation 2:9.
All right, hold on, we're almost done. Verse 24, it says, and it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer. That's happening over there? The Most High is getting ready to blow your ass off the planet Earth, and you think this is happening to you? No. All right, it says, and whilst they are yet speaking, I will hear. So why isn't Netanyahu out of office? Because y'all want him out of office, right? So the Lord should have heard that and done it.
Right.
Verse 25, the wolf and the lamb shall feed together. You know damn well that's not happening. Okay? It says...
The wolf is feeding on the lamb.
Exactly. He about to feed on you too. It says, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock. Now I want somebody to go to Israel, find a lion, set him loose, and get some leaves, get some branches, and say, yo, here boy, I got you. You're gonna see if you want the leaf or he wants you. All right?
Oh, shit.
It says, like the bullock, and dust shall be the serpent's meat. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, saith the Lord. So that's not happening over there. So how are they the Israelites, man? How are they the Jews? They've been established in the land for many years now. And things are getting worse and worse and worse, man. There's pestilence in the world. There's supposed to be peace.
There's supposed to be peace. And you know one thing too, that gives it all away? They call themselves Jewish. We call ourselves Israelites because it comprises of all 12 tribes. We acknowledge that yes, we are indeed, there is 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Okay? And it tells you that in Revelation, the 7th chapter. That hasn't happened yet. 12,000 of each tribe, where they at? Where is the 12 thrones being in Israel right now for the 12 gates, man? Where's that happening?
The foundation.
The foundation. Where are those 12 kings at? We're supposed to see them.
They're supposed to be immortal.
Yeah, we're supposed to reverence them. You know, they're above us. So what's going on there? Huh? What's going on there? They're not going to be wearing suits and ties. Where's your garment at? Huh? Vocab talking about the burden of the law. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? It's not for you. Don't worry about the law, man. It's not for, if you're an Edomite, the law is not for you. You're going to be forced to keep it in the kingdom.
Oh, he loves the law so much, so let's wait to the kingdom. We're going to make sure you keep that law.
Keep the law.
Oh, we're going to make sure you do. We're going to have a nice scepter, and we're going to say, hey, you love the law so much, we're going to run back all the shit you was talking in this kingdom. We're going to show it to you. We're going to say, you see that right there? You so in love with the law, right? Okay, let's go. Let's go. You even think about breaking one of them, your head is getting broken. All right?
God. Give me,
Revelation 2 and 9?
Yeah, start to.
All right, this is Revelation chapter 2. Oh, and Paul also said what? We shall be caught up with them in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Yeah. When did that happen? Well, when they got on the plane? Yahushua was in the plane, and they all got on a commercial, Delta Airlines, and they met in the land of Israel?
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here, man.
Yeah, we got caught up with him. We got new bodies. Where's the new bodies at?
Where's it at?
Where's the new bodies at? Where's the destruction that's coming? Where's the Isaiah where it talks about a man coming from Basra with dyed garments? Where's that at? Where's Jacob's trouble at? When did all these things happen? These are called prophecies, man. That's how you can tell where we at and who's who. Prophecy says that in these last days, the people of Israel wake up. It tells in the book of Baruch. It says what? In the land of their captivities,
shall remember themselves.
They shall remember themselves, man. And that's what's happening. We're waking up to who we are. For so long, nobody was calling themselves Israelites. It wasn't until these last days, man. Now people are actually, they love to call themselves Israel. Because I remember when we first got in the truth, you say you're an Israelite, people be like, oh yeah, one of them niggas that be wearing dresses in the corner street. Now it's more like, yeah, I be watching. Yeah, I know
Judge
about
this.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, he
You
said
know,
it.
and he wasn't mocking it.
Nope. He was dead serious about it. You know, he was like, you talking about the 12 tribes of Israel. Yeah, you want to expound on that? Is it there? He kind of went into it, and he said, am I right or am I wrong? If it is, then go on and tell me more about it. You know, a roundabout way. That's what he's saying. You know, and he's a judge of this land. So he knows a lot about and that goes to show you that all these people know about Israel.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes we kind of like downplay it because we don't really see certain things or hear certain things. But when the Lord reveals certain things to you, you be like, oh shit, like we're closer than we actually thought.
Yeah.
Like it says in the book of is it Romans?
I think it's Romans.
Yeah, where it says what
salvation nearer than when we believe.
Salvation is nearer than when we believe, man. Because like I said, we don't see certain things, certain prophecies that happen that the Lord, it might not be, you know, major prophecies, but it's all part of the prophecies to show you that, yeah, we are indeed in the last days. And one of those prophecies is Jake waking up to who they are. You got it?
Yeah. It's Romans chapter 13, verse 11. Yep. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Right. Wake up out of sleep, meaning what? Being in that ignorant state. Calling yourself black, calling yourself Latino, calling yourself Native American, calling yourself African American, all these different terms. That's all a sign of somebody who's sleeping, man. Somebody who's asleep spiritually. Okay, but now you're waking up with this word, man. We're pouring that water, the water of life on you, man. Okay, so to wake you up, living waters to wake you up so you can become alive. Okay, go ahead.
It says, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
Right, so our salvation is nearer than when we believe because we keep thinking of it like, oh, if we don't see this, that means we got a few more years to go, or we got this to go, we got that to go. But the Lord is moving. One prophecy is what? He's going to speed up the days for the elect's sake. That's what's happening now. We're living in the times where the days have been sped up so much that you go a week, the start of the week is almost like, oh shit, yo, damn, it's almost, you know? Yeah. You go, by Tuesday, you're like, damn, tomorrow's Wednesday? Oh, shut up till it was Monday. You know, that's how it is now. Like, you can't even keep track of the day. You wake up, the sun is already up and the sun is already down, man. You drive, you take a 10-minute drive back and forth. You're like, damn, it's 4 already? I left my house at 2. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, bro.
2 days feel like 1.
Exactly. You know, so that's what a time of the Lord, speeding up the days. For who? The elect's sake. Because the elect are waking up. And once they wake up to the point where it becomes too powerful, what's going to happen? The same thing that we're seeing now. These heathens are going to start coming up against us even more. But now Esau is going to have to take a different measure. Like, you know what, man? These Israelites finally woke up. Fuck it. Let's run into them.
Hey, Revelation 7, the destruction is going to let loose. And ultimately, a part of that destruction is Esau coming down with great wrath.
Yes.
So when the elect are sealed, the Lord's going to give that go-ahead, and they're going to run down on your ass, man.
Yep.
So it's Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. It says, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty.
Right, and who's facing that now? So-called Blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, man. When you look at the poverty rate in America and pretty much the whole world, Jake is the most affected people, man. You know, we are the most affected people, and that is why it is so rare and strange to see a rich Jake who actually lives amongst us. You might say, oh, you know, he's a celebrity. Okay, cool. But that's the exception. We're not worried about that. They're done. They've received their consolation. But it's very rare to see a regular Jake he's well off. It's rare because most of our people are not known for riches, man. Most of our people are not known for what? For power, real power. They're known for what? Being athletes, entertainers, and so on and so forth. Just niggas and spicks, just walking around, just wasting life, pulling their pants down, shooting people. That's what our people are known for. But once you come to this truth, there's a whole different identity, a whole different change. The way we move, the way we think, the way we act is completely different from the world.
Right.
That's why Yahushua said, what? Ye are in this world, but not of this world. We don't think like the people in this world. That's what makes us different. You know, we're not accepted by all, and we don't look to be accepted by all. Okay? But very soon, you're going to accept all of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man.
Hey, people think that just because you got money, you're rich. No. All right? Because rich, you can tell somebody's rich by their lifestyle, man.
Right.
You can have money, okay, but you got a lot of these dudes that make money, you know, illegally. All right, they might sell drugs or whatever, but they still live in the hood. They still live in the ghetto.
Right.
If you see them at first glance, you ain't going to think he's rich.
Right.
He doesn't have a house.
Right.
He doesn't have, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's not real riches, man. That's just having FRN notes.
Right.
That's all it is.
Right.
You can purchase this, okay, but does that make you rich?
Right.
You can be rich in many forms.
Many forms. I was talking to one of my friends yesterday, and he was like, "Yo, bro, like, if I was to give you $10 million right now, would you be happy?" I said, "Nah, it's not gonna do nothing for me. Teach me how to make $10 million. Don't give me the money. Teach me how to make the money." See, now, that's the riches right there. The real riches is knowing how to get rich.
Right.
That's the real riches. I can know it so well that I can teach you how to get rich. If I got the money is gonna be spent. And it's gonna go away and I'll be broke as shit again like the next 2 days. You see? So when the Lord is saying, Yahushua is saying what? I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. That's talking about rich in this knowledge.
Got a precept for that.
Right, rich in the promise, because the promise is all coming to Jake, man. We're not gonna see no poor Jake no more. It says the least of you shall be as King David. He's gonna be like King David, man. That's the least. Man.
This is Romans chapter 11, verse 33. Oh, the depth of the riches, both of the wisdom and knowledge of the Most High. How unsearchable are his judgments and his ways past finding out.
See, that's true riches. Nobody can take that away from you but the Most High. Nobody can give that to you but by the Most High, man. That's the true riches.
Right.
Okay? Not no FRNs, no paper. You literally light it on fire, it's gonna be done. That's it. No value in it. You see? But the real riches is the promise, like we said. The real riches is his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
Romans 9:9-4 tells you the things we're going to get with our riches.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It's a whole package deal. So going on, it says, I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
Right. Who are the synagogue of Satan? Who worships in synagogues, man? These so-called Jewish people. They worship in synagogues. They do this whole Kabbalah, all this extra black magic bullshit. They believe in the Talmud and all that. Which really, you go into the Talmud, it's all filled with abominable acts. Filthy, abominable, wicked acts, man. That's what they
It's
believe.
ways to justify wickedness.
Right. And that's what they believe, man. How can you call yourself the people of the Lord? And you don't even know the Lord, man. You do everything contrary to what the Lord says to do. You look contrary to what the Lord says his people look like anyway. You see? Wearing all black does not make you black, man. Just know that. All right? This is a book of Proverbs chapter 11, verse 4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death.
Right.
So you can have all the money in the world. You can call yourself a Rothschild. You can go by the name of a Rothschild or a Rockefeller or a DuPont or a Getty or a Gates and so on and so forth. It says what? Riches profit not in the day of wrath. So when the day of wrath comes, which is the day of the Lord when it comes, you can't pay the Lord off to forgive you, man. Your works now, your riches now is your ticket for salvation, which is what? This works in righteousness, man. Okay? And that's what we're doing. Okay, we're storing up our treasures in heaven, man. That's what we're doing now. We're buying a seat on that chariot when it comes down, man. We're buying the Lord's what? Mercy. His grace, his mercy in abundance. Okay? So he can protect us in these last days that we're coming in these rough times that we're coming in, man. How many people are doing that? Not that many. People out here chilling. Here it is. We got a second lockdown coming very soon, and this time it's gonna be above and beyond what you could ever imagine. Because Esau's about to take his next step to make sure that he climbs down and get that new world order in check, man.
Yeah.
Are you ready for that? People think that, oh, well, by 2021, we might have a vaccine and we can go back to normal. You crazy, man? Don't you see what's happening? You really think something new, something better is going to come out of this shit? No. It's only downhill from here.
The Lord said, I beheld Satan falling as lightning.
Isaiah
You
14.
see how fast lightning goes?
Yep. It's a strike, boom, and that's it. That's what's going to be happening, man. It's sudden destruction, man. Okay? You got more?
Yeah, oh, you got something?
No, I'm done with that.
Okay. All right, because ultimately, man, this is why, all right, we got to keep on pushing and we got to stay motivated, man, because we're not doing this for nothing. There's a reward that we're going to get for this, man. Okay, and that's a reward that that's a reward that you either get it or you don't. You can't work your way into it, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it is what it is, and that's the kingdom, man.
Right.
Okay, the kingdom is realer than you think. I think when people hear the kingdom of heaven, they think of something that's either too good to be true, fantasy, or it's just not, it's fables. The kingdom of heaven is going to be on earth, man. And the reason people don't worry about it is because they think, since it's in the heavens, I got to live my life on earth first, and then I'll deal with that when I get to the heavens. The kingdom of heaven is just going to be a transition of ages. The same way you had the Bronze Age, the Iron Age, so on and so forth, you're going to have from this age into the age where we're ruling.
Right.
That's all it is. Okay? So this is Isaiah chapter 2, verse 2. It says, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow onto it. Now, that's talking about our kingdom. That's not happening over there in Israel. Okay? It says, and many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. That means there's going to be one law that everybody's going to follow. All right? Right now, that's not how it is. These elites are trying to do that on the left-hand side. Okay? Their second-hand version of the kingdom is what they're trying to get with their New World Order. And everything is backwards with them because they want to have Satan and Lucifer as, you know, the god of that world. You know? So it's all backwards. They see that they can't get what we're going to get, so they're saying, all right, we want to do it our way. You know? But the Most High ain't with that, man. You're not going to... The Most High has his plans in motion. It was part of his plan for you to come up in power, but that was to punish us. That doesn't mean you take that and say, well, since I'm here, then now I'm going to hijack it. You know what I'm saying? I rode the train of prophecy, but now I'm going to hijack it and make it go my way. No, man. All right, you get on when it's your time to get on, and when it's your stop, you get off, man. Or else they'll kick your ass off.
Hey, that's why the scripture say what? The earth is given into the hands of the wicked.
Right.
You got your blessing, which is now. But once it's done, it's done. It's over. The next guy got it all, which is us. Give me finish off Revelation 2 and 9 and 10.
Oh, get 10?
Yeah, get 10.
All right.
And then give me Psalms 2.
Okay. All right, yeah, let's go. Revelation chapter 2, read 9 again.
10.
All right. 2 verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
Right. So that's the times that we're coming in. It's all part of Jacob's trouble, man. You know, so we got to keep on with that faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That look, we got men who dealt with this. Peter was cast into prison. Paul was cast into prison. They were persecuted and ultimately put to death. But guess what? Those same men are back here again, the same spirits. Yeah, we might not know exactly who we are, but guess what? We still have the same spirits. We came back in this lot to what? Keep on with the ministry. In the last days, it says what? In the last ye shall stand. You stand in your lot. Okay, and that's what we're doing now, man. Give me Psalms 2 real quick. Start off at Psalms 2. Start off at the top. And the reason why Esau is going so hard against us right now is because they understand that yes, indeed, the Spirit of the Lord is on this earth again, and His people have woken up to who they are. Okay, I remember when we went to the slave ports in Ghana. I believe was it 3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
2017.
2017, I believe. Yeah, 2017 or 16, one of those. And in one of the buildings, all right, where they kept the slaves, they had a precept in there, and it stuck out to me. This is the precept they had. I believe it was Psalms 50 and 2. It says, "Out of Zion, the perfection of beauty, the Most High hath shined." That's what I saw in there, man. I saw that and I was like, why would they put that here? It's a slave port filled with slaves who are known as so-called Africans. Why would they talk about Zion in there? Because Esau knows who he was coming after, man. Of course. They know exactly who they're coming after. They know we ain't no black people and African Americans. You know what I'm saying? Because if that was the case, they would never label us as blacks and African Americans, man. If that's who we really are. But they're not gonna do that. They're gonna hide it from us and say, yo, you're blacks and African Americans, to hide us from the truth of who we are as Israelites, man. Because why would we be just blacks and African Americans and you keep on putting a whole bunch of hell on us, man? Why don't you do that to the Indians? Why don't you do that to the East Indians? Why don't you do that to the freaking the real Africans, the Hamites? Why don't you do that to the Edomites? Okay? Why is that all these different people get to live and enjoy the benefits of Esau's rulership, but we just don't get to do that, man? You know why? Because that's part of the curses, man. Okay? That's part of the curses. Get Psalm 2. You got something else?
Now I was trying to see the precept where the Lord said, yep, there it is. Verse 49, Deuteronomy 28 and 49, to your point, that they knew who they were coming for. Why? Because the Lord sent them. Right. All right, it says, Deuteronomy 28 and 49, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. So that's why they came specifically for us, because the Lord sent them. He put a spirit on them to come specifically for us. All right? You said you wanted Psalms 2, right? This is Psalms chapter 2, verse 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?
Right, so why do you rage, man? Vocab, why are you raging? Why are you mad? Why are you mad? Why are all these people mad? Why are you mad that we're getting the blessings, man? What's so hard about understanding who we are and what's coming? We're telling you what's going to happen to you, and we're telling you what's going to happen to us according to the scriptures. What is so hard about that? You seem to be using this as he beat up the air. Like you're fighting this fight, and it's like you're making things worse for yourself. Because we don't hate you. We don't care about you. We really don't. The men of the Lord out there, we just do our job, man. We don't care about what these Edomites got to say about us. We don't give a damn. Because if we did, we'll be like, Father, you really think I should go out there? No, man. We're not even worried about our lives because our lives is in the hands of the Most High, man. He sent us. All right, so why are the heathen raging? And the people imagining a vain thing. That vain thing of what? Their kingdom going on forever, right? Having this RFID microchip chipping the whole world. The EU, NATO, UN, all these different countries and nations coming together to form this conglomerate of a beast, all right, so they can what? Rule the world and keep us under oppression. This whole world that's we got going on with the whole New World Order shit is all to keep so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans under subjection, man.
Right.
That's the whole point. Because it's just their new way of what? Creating that control. Because back in the ancient time, or back in even before and after slavery, all right, during that 400-year period, 500-year period, guess what? We weren't calling ourselves Israelites. We weren't, because they beat that out of us. So they didn't have to have a new world order because we were already in order, which is underneath them. But now that we're waking up, they got to find a different way to go about this thing. Because these people are waking up, they're getting spiritual, they're not being carnal no more. So our carnal tactics can't work no more. We got to come up with a different way. Compromise their spirituality. Put a mark of the beast, a chip in them, that we can control them at our will. That is power. That's what they want at the end of the day. But for them to have that power over the Israelites, they got to include everyone because they don't know who Jake is no more. That's why this thing is going global, man. You know, that's all it is to have a control of the children of the Lord. That's it. But it's not gonna work, man. The Lord said, "What? We're gonna be increased, and we're gonna be as the son of as the sand of the sea, man. How you gonna be able to count us? And we're innumerable. We're powerful. Okay, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai.
That's right. And
Okay.
really, you so mad for no reason. You sold your birthright, and you salty about the fact that we got it. Guess because you know what? You weren't gonna honor, all right, that deal at the end of the day.
Right.
That's why you're so mad. Because if you were an honorable man, a man of integrity, you would say, you know what? I did say I would sell it to you for that morsel of meat. So even though you supplanted me out of it, I should have given it to you in the first place. So you know what? It's whatever. But you're so salty because in your mind you were like, I'ma just say it. I ain't really. But guess what? The Lord was listening.
Right.
So now that so he's been salty and hurt since all those years, man. Well, guess what? When he said that I'm gonna slay my brother,
Yeah.
guess what? That stayed within him
Right.
and everybody that was gonna come from his loins, man. That spirit that was like an order for Esau and all his descendants. Hate these people, man. Okay?
Right.
Seek their death, seek their demise, and try to control them, if anything.
Right. Keep reading.
So Psalms chapter 2, verse 2. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying.
Pause right there. That's when you have these so-called UN meetings,
Bilderberg meetings.
the Bilderberg meetings, the Bohemian Grove, the G Summit, all these different things, man. Those are all counsels that they take. The rulers of the earth, the kings of this earth, which goes back to that Daniel's dream where you had the Babylonians, you had the Assyrians, you had the Medo-Persians, you had the Greeks, the Romans, all till now. All those kings back then are back here again. But this time they're known as prime ministers and they're known as presidents.
Right.
Maybe by not the name, you might not have a nigga called Sennacherib. You might not have a nigga called freaking Nebuchadnezzar.
Right.
All right, but they're all coming back in their same lots. Some of them even carry the same names. You go to certain landmarks that are written off in the scriptures are back here. You can still go there and see them again with the same names, man. You know what I'm saying? So the scriptures are right. They literally what it says is what it is. That's why scripture, we brought it out earlier, none shall want her mate. Okay? No book will be compared or as the equal to the scriptures, man.
Right.
Why? Because it has the spirit of prophecy in it.
Right.
Okay? Go ahead.
It says, verse 3, I'll read verse 2 again. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us.
Right.
He that sitteth in the heaven shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision.
Right, so that's their hope. Their hope is to do what? Is to create a certain type of philosophy for us to follow, so help us go off, so the Lord could turn his back on us, so they can take advantage of us, man. Because they know that the only way Israel will ever prosper is if we're on the right-hand side of the Most High. If we're doing right by Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, which goes back to what? Law, statutes, and commandments. Psalms 147 and 19. Okay? So if it was given unto Israel and he hasn't dealt so with any other nation, that means that that one nation has all the power. So if we can deter them, go back to the Greeks, Antiochus, and all these people, we can deter them from what? Following the law, statutes, and commandments. That means they're not going to have their power with them. Meaning, we get to rule.
Right.
But if they come back to their laws, statutes, and commandments, they're gonna be doing right by the Lord, and they'll be elevated. Let's not do that. Let's not create these policies. Put these niggas out there. Let them get them to go off, so we can do what we gotta do. But it's too late now. The word is out. You created an internet, okay, which the brother Amawang Gabar broke it down. I was like, man, that's a bad breakdown right there. Internet going into the word inter, meaning enter, all right, and then terrain, okay, which is the land, and then net. Okay, so you have what? You've entered the land with a net. You've been able to capture everybody on the land, man. With what? With your internet.
That's how they track you.
They track you. Okay, they send information left and right.
IP
IP addresses and so on and so forth, man. So with the internet, what? They've been able to what? They're trying to what? Break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from them. Okay? Go ahead.
They got you into the net of
Into
the
the net.
terrain. Yeah. All right, so it says, verse 5. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them in his sore displeasure. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. Right. I will declare the decree the Lord hath said unto me. Thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance,
Right.
and the possession, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession.
Right. So that's what we're doing now. We're praying, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, destroy these other nations and put them under our foot. Because we have no power to do so. So please do it so you can show your power to these damn devils, man. You can show your power so you show them how much you love us. Because we went through all these curses to the point where people look at us and be like, you call yourselves the children of the Most High? No, you're not. You're not the Israelites. You're blacks. You're dead people. You're Latinos. You're Native Americans. You ain't shit. You deserve to be in ghettos and reservations. We deserve to enjoy the earth. We deserve to travel. We deserve to own the money system. We deserve to make the laws that you're gonna follow. Okay? We deserve to put you to death, all right, for no security of your life, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can cry upon your God all you want. We told you the name is God and Jesus Christ. Ain't not no power in that. But then we come up and we say, no, the name is Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And this is what we stand for, this is what we represent. This is what's coming to this land. The Lord is about to come and destroy this place and save his people out of it. Whoa, wait a minute. That's inflammatory. That's hate speech. You can't say that.
Toxic masculinity.
That's toxic masculinity. Why you got your beard? Why are you saying this? Why are you calling yourself an Israelite? Why are you saying that you're the chosen people of the Lord? Huh? Why can't we all be Israelites? No. It doesn't work like that.
Hold on, were we all Edomites? were we all Greeks when you were in rulership? Were we all Romans when you were in rulership? Do we all have a seat at the United Nations? Are we all in the EU? Are we all getting gunned down? No. All right. Are we all going through baby mama drama? See, you don't want to be a partaker of the curses, but you want to be a partaker of the blessings. And they fear, you know why they fear so much? Because of that verse. It says what? Ask of me and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance. So he's hurt because we're telling them that they're not Israelites. That means they're heathens. And if they're heathens, that means they're going to be our possession. So that's the part that kills them the most. Like, maybe if their blessing had nothing to do with me, maybe I could walk away. But that means I got to be subject unto them.
Exactly.
You know?
Hey, Esau, man, look, man, you're through, man, because we can see the games you're playing. You got guys like Vocab. We keep bringing him up because he's the main character that you guys are using, right? You take him to a theologian school. He studies, spend all this money. You probably gave it to him for free. Who knows? And then you brainwash this guy, come up here and make a fool of himself. Why? Why stress yourself? But the tactic is, we know you're telling the truth, but first we're gonna mock you. Listen to this dumb shit these guys are saying, talk about the Israelites and God is gonna destroy America. Look at these guys. And then we keep going and it keeps growing and more people start believing it. You start like, yo, they starting to get a little stronger here. God, pay attention to these guys. Send the CIA, send the agents to go in there and infiltrate and learn more, give us more intel. They do the same thing, they come back confounded as fuck. God, what's
Like Heliodorus.
Yeah. He came in there, got violated, went back and said, yo, if you really hate somebody, take them over there. Them Jews, man, well, bro, they ain't no joke.
Most High with them.
The Most High is with them, definitely. You know, and it's the same thing here. So Vocab is getting cut every single day. Every single day, this man's getting cut, and he doesn't stop.
And you know why? Because it's like in boxing, before they fight, they watch the tapes of their opponent. So that's their training. You know, they like, you see what they say, you see how they talk, you see what the things they believe in. That's why whenever he comes, Tahar said, the high priest Ariar said, and this, that, and you guys believe in, because he's been watching, so he's premeditating what to say. But see, the problem is, you can watch the tapes, and you come, and he switches to Orthodox style on your ass, you know, or Southpaw on your ass, and you're like, shit, I was getting ready for Orthodox, but I just got, you know, every time he comes, he might, yes, I finally got him. See? And that's why when he comes, he always has a specific thing he wants. Wait, but can I read this?
Right.
Can I read? It says, because he got a specific point that he might have watched the video and you said something. So he's coming with that point, and he comes with it, and you cut him on that. He's like, shit. So now you got to go back, rewatch the tapes, cut out certain parts, put it out there. That's, man.
Right, and that's because you're an agent. You know, you did all this work to come against the works of the Most High, and you read the scriptures, and the book of Acts, it tells you if this work was if this was to be of man, it will not it will be of naught, exactly. But if it's the Most High, there's nothing you can do about it, man.
Unless you find yourself trying to come against the Most High.
And what's gonna happen? You're gonna get crushed because the Most High is undefeated. Hey, the scriptures say he's a man of war.
You're declaring war.
That's it. End of the story.
You're declaring war on the man of war.
Let's read verse 9, right? Yeah, finish verse 9.
God. Psalms chapter 2, verse 9. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. See, that's the part that terrifies them. You know what I'm saying? That's where the nightmares come in. Yes. Hold up. All right, maybe if it was somebody else who was an Israelite, they'll have mercy on me. Right. But these guys I've been harassing for the longest, they're going to get the power to break. Oh, Lord. No. Y'all not the Israelites, man. But hold up. The Lord said if we didn't do this work, he could raise up stones to do it. Right. And according, but here's the thing, right? The Lord has already said the promise. You can't change his mind. He has already said the promise, and the promise is we're going to get this regardless. So even if you convince one of us to stop believing it, you're still going to end up in shackles. We're still going to end up with crowns on our heads, and we're still going to be bashing your head with a nice, hard, iron, golden scepter.
That's right.
Okay? Golden iron, whatever it is, maybe both.
Yeah, come on, man.
Beat on his head like a drumstick.
That's it. Have fun with it. Make a whole party with it. Like that's what's gonna be happening to Esau, man. But this is all prophecy. So there's nothing we can do for you or you can do against us. It's prophecy. It's been written. It's been written. It's going to happen. Right. Literally, it's happened already, and we're just living it out. That's what's happening.
In the physical, yeah.
In the physical, it's already happened. That's why men were able to see it, because they wouldn't be able to say something they haven't seen. How are you gonna be able to give such detailed description of the future if you haven't seen it?
Right.
You know, so hey, this is all part of the works of the Lord, man. And guess what? You're hurt, all right. You're destroyed in the spirit. You're mad. You're tainted. You're trying to do. You're salty. You're trying to do something about it, but it's not working. You're trying to heal your wounds, but the more you try to heal it, the more you get hurt. You're bruising it more and more.
Yeah, like when the scab finally grows, and you bump into it, and it bleeds again.
Start bleeding the fuck up the whole shit.
Putrefying sores.
Finish that off.
Verse 10. It says, Psalms 2 and 10. Well, I read verse 9 again. I didn't finish verse 9. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel.
And that's made out of clay. A potter's vessel, man. If you pick it up and you drop it, it breaks and it shatters. There's nothing you can do about it. Imagine if water's in it and it breaks and it shatters. The water's gone. Now you got to clean up the water. You got to clean up all the breaking of the freaking vessel and so on and so forth. You got to go buy another one or make another one. All right. But Esau, once you're broken, that's it. That you're gonna be strike through, and that's the end of it. You're gonna stay down like it says in Isaiah 47. It says what? Sit down to the ground in the dust, man. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna be in the dust in the ground. What? And your shame, man. That's what's gonna be happening to you, man. Okay, because these other nations. Yes, and more. And these other nations gonna be looking at you like, man, is this the man? Is this the man that weakened the nations? Is this him? You Edomites? You're the weakest of all these other nations. You're the one that the Lord used to rule over everybody and cause all this torment. Oh,
that's
man.
like how they look at the Africans, the Hamites today. Goliath came from these people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These were the Egyptians. You read about the things the Egyptians did, and you go there today and they naked running around in mud huts with plates in their lips. You know what I'm saying? Do some stupid dances and stuff. You're like, what? That's them? Hold up. Nah. This ain't gotta be. You know.
God.
You're like, this is who King David had to fake his madness around. But there's a time and place for everything.
Right.
So finishing it off, verse 10, be wise now therefore, O ye kings, ye instructed ye judges of the earth.
Right, and the instruction comes from this word, man. Meaning what? Be well versed in this truth, man. That's it. All right, go ahead.
Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him.
Right, so blessed is the elect. Because the elect are what? The sheep that heareth his voice, man. Those are the ones who are going to receive that calling, okay? And they're not going to just be called, but they're going to be chosen. Okay? They're going to give all diligence to make their calling and election sure.
And that means actually going out on the highways and byways
Right.
and doing these sit downs, man. That is the work.
That's the work.
All right, that is
Right.
how you show your diligence. What did the scriptures say? Show me your faith.
It says, show me your faith by you. Show me your faith. Let me get it.
Yeah. Let's not butcher it. Because what were the works that the disciples were doing? The Lord sent them in twos and threes to go prophesy. The Lord said, eat the whole roll and go and teach the house of Israel.
Right.
So that's what we're doing. That is the work. That is the work. I must work the work of him that sent me. That is the job. That is what Yahweh Shai did. He was in the temple daily. That is the work. So when Peter and the disciples are carrying on the same work, and Peter wrote, give all diligence, that means what? Do the work and do it with your best ability. All right, because what else would it be?
It's the book of James chapter 2 verse 17. It says, even so faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone.
So what are the works? Did the scriptures not say, I have believed, therefore I have spoken?
That's it, yeah.
Did the Lord not say, cry aloud and spare not? Proverbs 1 and 20, wisdom crieth without. So if we got the wisdom, how you gonna get the wisdom? By us saying it, okay? And how is that? By putting it out there. That is the work, man.
That's the work. Right. Verse 18 says, yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Shew me thy faith without thy works, and I will shew thee my faith by my works. Okay, so you could talk about having faith all day, all night, but if your actions don't show that you have faith, you walk around like you scared, you timid. You know, they tell you to do something, you're like, yo, I'm not sure if every day is every uncertainty. There's always some shit with you, man. You're like, yo, bro, damn, don't you have the balls to go do something, man? You're doing the works of the Lord, bro. Go out there and put yourself out there,
Do it
man.
willingly.
Yeah.
Not by constraint.
There you go. The Lord told Peter, he said what? He said, he saw Peter and he said, yo, come to me. And Peter started to walk on the sea, right? What happened? When he started to lose his faith, he started to sink, right? His works were showing forth, okay? But in the point that I'm making here is what? You have to actually put yourself out there, man.
Right. You can see his faith was diminishing because he was sinking.
Sinking.
You know, but when his faith was high, he was walking on the
Right.
water. So you can
Right.
see the works of walking or sinking
Water.
based on the level of his faith.
Yeah, man. So that's what we got to do. By showing the Lord that we're willing to be a vessel that he can use, he's going to boost you, man. He's going to support you. He's going to send the angels to guide you and protect you, man. You know, and your loved ones.
Right, it says give all diligence to make your calling and election sure, right? Now, what would the elect be doing? What did Ezra commend the men for doing? For standing stiffly for the name of the Lord, right? How do you do that? What did the Lord say? Go out to the highways and byways and bid them to the marriage.
Right.
By what? By prophesying and doing this work. You know?
And
So,
that's the faith.
yeah.
Okay, like it says in Hebrews 11th chapter, it says what? Faith is the
The evidence of things not seen.
yes. It says the substance of let me just get it. I don't want to butcher it. I keep butchering myself. All right, Hebrews 11 and 1, it says what here? It says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Right.
Okay, so how we gonna have faith without our works, man? That means you don't believe in the Lord. You don't believe in this thing. You gotta show your faith by your works.
Right.
And by that alone, people gonna see and be like, yo, nah, there's something different about what this guy, he believes this thing so much. Look what he's doing for this. It's going to provoke you to want to even look into it.
Right.
It's going to provoke you to be like, you know what, man, I want to do this thing. You do it, because whatever it is that you believe in, there's too much fire in there. I gotta see what that's all about.
Right.
You see, and that's how you do what you end up what promoting and proclaiming the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahshua on the face of the earth.
That's right.
Because we're not fools, man. We're not idiots. People don't see us, even in the world, people don't look at us as dumbass people, man. They see us as men of knowledge, or at least integrity. Okay, we're stand-up men. We live by a certain principle, code, and morals, man. Okay, and when people see that, they respect that. They be like, I might not agree with you, but I respect that.
Right.
And when people respect that, what happens? You're able to what? Communicate with them. You're able to get to them. Okay.
That's right. Hey, Shalom, Zaquan. The elder Tazom's in here.
Hey,
Stay in the
Shalom,
spirit.
brother.
144. John 21 and 15. It says, when they had dined, Yahushua saith unto Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He saith unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He saith unto them, feed my lambs. All right? Feed my lambs. How do you feed the lambs? That's why the Lord said, eat the roll and go and teach them. We feed them with this word. You know? That is what and he emphasized it 3 times. You know? So How do you feed the Lord's
The
lambs?
elders posting a lot of precepts, so let's get them real
Okay.
quick. Get Luke 19.
Is he on there?
Yeah.
Read it from here.
Okay, come on. There's a book of Luke chapter 19, verse 13. It says, and he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, occupy till I come. Okay? There's another precept. Psalms 116, verse 10.
So how do you occupy with the pounds? You know, you gotta go and you gotta put it to work.
You gotta put it to work,
That's
huh?
why Paul said what? Not slothful in business, fervent in spirit. Not in whose business? Okay, in the business of the Lord. All right, that's it. That's the spirit. He said the word occupy means business.
That's it.
All right.
Shit.
So you gotta get to the business, man. You gotta get to the work. And what is the work? What is the business? Okay. How do you get a talent and bring more people in? By learning this truth, you got the knowledge, so you teach. How did we wake up, right? How did we wake up? By elders and brothers coming out here and doing this.
Labor of love. Yeah. Hey. Looking up the word business, it's beautiful that the elder posted that. All right. It says what? Business in the etymology. It says care, anxiety, occupation, careful, anxious, busy, occupied, diligent. Okay. Diligent, man. What else? Let's see.
Man,
It says the volume of commercial activity. All right, and that's why we're always in the highways and byways, man, where there's what? The agora.
hey, look up
All right?
commerce.
Commerce, yeah.
Yeah, look up the word commerce. No, in the dictionary. Oh, okay, in the dictionary. Yeah. All right, let's see what that is, man. Okay, this is what the Lord is gonna reward us for. Okay, this is the work He's gonna reward us for, man.
Right. It says social intercourse, all right, interchange of goods or property trade, all right, especially trade on a large scale by transportation between two countries or different parts of the same country. Okay,
Trade, right?
trade. Yeah.
So is that not what the parable that the Lord gave about the talents and the servants? Okay,
trading.
that's exactly what we're doing.
He's giving you the resources, all right, the materials that you need to go out there and what? Feed his lambs, okay? Feed his lambs, feed his sheep, man. So you gotta actually go buy the ingredients. You gotta come out here and make the food. Buying the ingredients pertains to what? Being diligent, watching your videos, okay? Studying so you can bring out more content, all right? That's edifying to the body, okay? Not just doing therapy sessions, but actually doing videos that edifies people, man. Things that people, because remember, we're influencers, man. Spiritual influencers. Like the world has their influencers. We're spiritual influencers. We wake people up. So what? We bid them to the marriage.
Right.
And that marriage is coming when your house shot gets back down here. Okay, so we're preparing the people.
Exactly, prepare
Preparing
them.
the people, preparing the food. Sometimes you eat food from different brothers. You know, you be like, damn, that click. You know, you feel in your spirit like, yo.
You get your veggies from here.
Yeah,
You get
yeah.
your carbs from here. You know, you get
Proteins.
things. That's it.
You know, you
That's
get
why
the
you got different
supplements.
lots.
That's it. You know, you got brothers that do motivational videos. You got brothers that go straight to prophecy. You got brothers that do videos about history,
Health.
Hebrew. So many different things that you could pick little by little here and get that balanced diet, man. That's what we're looking for here. That's why it says, what? Feed my sheep and feed my lambs. Don't just feed them shit and get them all malnourished. All right, you gotta get GMOs. Now you gotta give them that organic stuff, man. You know, the organic stuff, man. It's
Good
hard
stuff.
and it's expensive. Remember, organic is expensive. So what do you gotta do? You gotta do more to give that organic stuff, man. That's what it's all about. And those who go that extra mile according to the measure of their faith, the Lord's gonna reward you, man.
That's right. You gotta think about it, right? Okay, back then, you know, the disciples were actually physically healing and doing all those things. But now, all the information and the stuff the Lord gave us, when you put it all together, what is the only action you can do that counts as working for the Lord? It's hot?
No.
All right. What is the only action you can do that counts as working for the Lord? You study the scriptures, right? So you gain information. You do research, and the Lord led our elders, and they taught. So we learn, right? We learn all this information. What is the only action we can do to work for the Lord? If He's given us the information, if your boss gives you a gun and a bullet, what action does He want you to do? If your boss gives you a spatula, all right, and puts you in the back and gives you patties, what action does He want you to do? All right. If your boss gives you some spikes or a helmet, a football in your hand, what action does He want you to do? Okay, and that's how you work for Him based on the ingredients He gives you.
Right.
So you can tell what kind of work the Lord wants you to do based on the ingredients He's given us. He gave us a mouth, a working ears, working eyes, a working brain, and a spirit to understand. And then He gave us the information. So what action does He want us to do? He wants us to go Isaiah 58:1. Go out there and prophesy, man. That is the work based on the ingredients the Lord has given us.
That's right.
The form of spiritual power the Lord gave us was wisdom.
Right.
How do you express your wisdom? Through your words.
That's it.
All right? And how do we express our words? By coming out here and doing these videos. Okay?
Right. It's the book of Romans chapter 10 verse 14. How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him whom they have not heard?
So how are you supposed to gather the elect? Okay? Because the elect are supposed to hear and then believe, right?
Right.
So that's what we're going through.
Right. It says, how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher?
Without a preacher.
Right.
So if they don't have a preacher, so what is the preacher supposed to do? We can tell you what he ain't supposed to do.
Right.
Right? He ain't supposed to go on the highways and he ain't supposed to do the videos. But what is he supposed to do? I don't know about that.
Right.
You figure that out.
Yeah.
You know?
A lot of these scoffers, that's what you do. You come out, you say, oh, like the guy in the chat.
Yeah.
You
say what it's not.
Yeah,
Can't say what it is.
Yeah. So what is it? If you tell us, oh, well, what you're saying is not the truth. What is the truth then?
It's like
we're looking for the truth, and we believe we have the truth. So if you say anything contrary to what we're saying, then you must have the truth. So let us hear it. What is the truth?
Right.
Don't tell me, oh, what you got is not the truth, and then leave. No, what is that about?
Right. If your professor says, yo, what's 2 + 2? And you say, oh, it's 10. And he says, no, that's wrong. Well, did he okay, so all right, moving on. What's 3 + 9? What is wrong? No, it's wrong. The answer is 4.
That's
Why?
it.
Because when you add 2 and you add another 2, these 2 + these 2 equals 4. You understand? That is why you are wrong, because this is what's right. You are wrong because what you said does not match with what is right. So I gotta know what's right to tell you what's wrong.
There you go.
If I say no, that's wrong. Okay, professor, what is it? Oh, I don't know. I just know that it's wrong.
Hey, ridiculous, man. There's more precepts here. This is the book of Proverbs, 24, verse 14, by T. Johnson 7494. It says, so shall the knowledge of wisdom be unto thy soul. When thou hast found it, then there shall be a reward, and thy expectation shall not be cut off.
So how did we find the knowledge? Was it not by men going on the highways and byways and doing videos? Is that not how they gave their diligence? So how did we find out that? So that we can go do the same thing. The Lord, John said, what? Bring forth therefore fruit, meet for repentance. How do you do that? It's the question.
Right. A preacher is supposed to go out there and preach.
I think the elder put one in about the pastors according to thine heart.
Yeah, I got it right
All
here.
right.
Yeah. I just wanted to read a few.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Another one from T. Johnson 7494. It says what? Ephesians 6:15 and 16. It says, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Verse 16. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all. It says, quench all the fiery darts of the wicked.
Right, your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel. So what are the human feet good for? To take you places, right? So wherever you're going, you got to be ready with the gospel so that wherever you get, the scriptures say, be ready to give every man an answer who asketh a reason of the basically the hope of salvation that's in you.
Yeah, continue. It says, this is another one. Fisher turned hunter, Amos 9:11 says, Luke 2:49, and he said unto them, How is it ye sought me? Wist ye not that I must be about my Father's business? So that's what we're about, man.
So what's the Father's business?
Doing his work. It's just that simple, man. The elders stay in the spirit, 144, it says what? Jeremiah 3:15. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
How are they going to do that? How is knowledge and understanding? So, okay, let's break down what feeding is, right? Cool. When somebody feeds, if I'm feeding you, that means I'm giving you the food and you eating the food, right? Now, if it's physical food, you eat it with your physical mouth. If it's spiritual food, how do you eat? How do you eat words? It goes into your ears and it's digested in your mind. So it says that the pastors will feed you with what?
He says the pastors will feed you. It's like it. It says, and I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
Okay, so I got the food and I'm about to feed you, right? Now, the knowledge and understanding, it clearly is not going to be in a bag because it's not physical food. It's in my mind.
That's it.
So how do I get it from my mind into your mind? It comes out of my mouth and then it enters your ears, right? Is that not what we're doing when we talk into the camera? Okay? When we out here prophesying, guess what? The food that's in our mind that we've prepared through the Spirit, right, is going to come out of our mouth through this to the satellite, into your phone, into your ears, and into your mind. And that's how you get fed.
Right. Another precept, Fisher turned hunter, Amos 9:11. Proverbs 1:20. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. And that's where we are right now. Okay, we're crying aloud, all right, and sparing none. Okay, like it says in Isaiah 58:1. And then guess what? We're in the streets. We're giving out this knowledge, man. We're not in no secluded area, locked in a room somewhere, hiding stuff and talking about this is what we're going to do to the next year. No, we're telling you what God saying we're going to do. Okay,
How
just
does
out of
wisdom cry without? Because wisdom doesn't have a mouth.
It doesn't have a mouth.
So how does wisdom cry without?
Right. It needs to be brought out by men. All right, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 5, verse 1. It says, "Run ye to and fro through the streets of Jerusalem," and Jerusalem is a people before place, right? It says what? It says, through Jerusalem, and see now, and know, and seek in the broad places thereof, if ye can find a man, if there be any that executeth judgment, that seeketh the truth, and I will pardon it.
Hey, the scriptures say that try their spirits, right? How do you try their spirits? Hebrews 4:12. Okay, the word of the Lord is sharper than any two-edged sword, even dividing asunder even to the spirit. So that's how you discern what kind of spirit somebody's coming in.
Right.
So how do we know if you're of the elect or not? We got to test you by the scriptures. Okay.
Hey, scripture, you just mentioned it. Stay in the spirit 144 again. Revelation 10:9 says what? "And I went unto the angel and said unto him, Give me the little book. And he said unto me, Take it and eat it up."
So John said, "Oh, okay," and he was eating the actual. No, okay. But how did he eat up the book? When I'm done with this book, right? What do? I use my eyes to read it, and then it goes into my mind, right? So now whatever is here has been consumed into my mind.
And
then how do I?
speech?
Thank you.
Right? It's a figure of speech for what? Understanding. Okay? Digestion. It says what? And when you digest food, you get nourished.
Right.
Okay? Feed.
Right.
It says what?
That's what we're doing. Because this is what the feed, right?
Feed. The feed. Let's look up the feed. It says feed, to nourish, to give food, to sustain, to foster. Okay, that's what the word means, to feed, man.
And are you brothers not nourished and sustained when we do these videos?
Yes, you are.
That's why you have, brother, yo, shalom. That was very edifying. That was exhorting. You know, that's how you feed the sheep, man.
Right. It says what? Going back to Revelation 10:9, it says, "And he said unto me, Take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be," it says, "but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey."
Now, if I was to rip out Romans 14 and put it in my mouth, it ain't gonna be sweet as honey. Okay, so obviously he's not talking about physical.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Hey, that's why the scriptures say what? Better is it at the end than it is.
Better thereof is the end of a thing than the beginning
of it. Yeah, Khan. That's the water for that. And that's because what? Now that we're inching closer and closer to the end of this wicked system and the wicked society, we're starting to feel that relief. Because for so long, we kept saying it. We always say like, damn, I wish all hell break loose, man, so that this so-called normal life would stop. Because it's annoying having to, be incognito all the time. Always having to like, you know how you feel deep inside, but you gotta play the game and, be all political and all this extra stuff.
Kent.
Yeah, Clark Kent, be all smart. We wait for the Lord to unleash all hell so we could finally get out of this body and then start, you know what I'm saying? That's what we're looking for. That's all part of the promises, man. He said what? He's gonna give us spiritual power to exercise judgment, righteous judgment on this earth. Okay, so that's all things that we look for. We're tired of all this stress. We're tired of having to go to work, go to school. You sit there sometimes, like, why am I even in school? Stressing yourself out, doing assignments after assignments, paper after paper, and you read through it and it makes no sense. You're like, what am I gonna gain from this, man?
Right.
I read a few pages of scriptures and I'm like, yo, man, this is, watch a video, just study, go through stuff, and you be like, damn, that's, and then you go to class and you're sitting there bored and you're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
bro, why am I
Stress.
Bullshit assignments just to waste your time and keep you occupied from the truth. That's what Esau is all about, man. All right, let's a couple more precepts and then we're gonna close it out. This is a book of this is a fisher turned hunter, Amos 9:11. It says, Proverbs 1:22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
Right.
So that simplicity is going into what? Being naive. Okay, being ignorant of reality, being unlearned, unschooled, undisciplined, man. That's a lot of our people. The 2/3 of our people are very simple, man. Very, very, very simple-minded people, man.
Right.
That's why they ask certain questions that you see, it makes your blood boil. You start itching, like, what's going on here, man? And then you gotta calm down and be like, you know what? Scriptures say be patient. You gotta be long-suffering.
Sometimes you literally just answer the question, and then 2 seconds later the question pops right back up by somebody else.
Like,
so what does this mean again?
Like, bro, hey, the elder nuts, he goes through that all the time. I feel bad for the bro. You can see his eyes, man. He's tired. He's like, bro, like, I can't no more, bro. Jake is just, hey, and you go, it kind of, you put these things in your mind, and you be like, damn, it makes sense why Moses was so tight. It makes sense why Aaron was like, I'm done with these people. Yo, give me your golden stuff. I'm gonna build this damn calf. Leave me the fuck alone. It's vexing. You know, the stupidity, the simplicity, the annoyance.
Because sheep already are a simple animal.
Yeah.
So when you got a dumbass sheep that don't want to listen, here it is, you're going the wrong way. You using you trying to, you know how
the staff.
shepherds, they got the thing on the staff to hook the neck and pull it in.
Right.
And you put it in there and the sheep keep moving that shit. You're like, yo, all right, fine, go fall in the ditch then.
Right. But then it's like at the end, you always think about the end. Like, all this stuff is going to be done and over with very soon.
Right.
We're going to be in harmony. These people that we look at as dumbass people, they're going to be one of the smartest people in the world, man.
They're going to be our children.
Yes. They're going to be given wise counsels. From birth, they're going to be given wise counsels, man. You're going to come to a baby crying and he's going to start speaking to you in Hebrew. You be like, what the hell? Yeah.
Shalom. Really, what you're supposed to do there is give me
you know what I'm saying? That's literally what we're going to be doing, man. That's how much power we're going to have, man.
Right.
You know, we're going to have power, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and abundance. Okay, and that's what we seek for. Peace, everlasting relaxation.
For here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come.
You know?
Laboring into that rest.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? So that's what this is all about, man. So, hey, brothers, man, stay strong, man. You know, don't waver, don't shake. The Lord is building up his men. We're about to start taking the leap of faith very soon, man.
Right.
Like you always say, faith provokes miracles.
Right.
Okay?
Well, I got that from the elder brother Yashua.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, there you go. Learning from our elders, man. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? The Lord is gonna put that spirit on us to keep on having faith. So what? Those miracles can be provoked, man. This brother always has faith in what? Seeing chariots. He sees chariots that nobody else can see. You be like, how did he see that? You know, it's because the Lord puts that spirit on him to see these things, man. That's a gift. Okay, these are all things that we look at maybe on the lower level, but these are all spiritual powers, man. Because the world doesn't have what we have.
Right.
You know, the world can never have what we have, and that's spiritual power on a lower level. But once the Lord turns the switch up, it's going to be on a whole nother level where people can't deny or gainsay it, man. All right? So, man, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Let me see. Let me get one more precept from Stay in the Spirit 144. It says, Revelation chapter 10, verse 11. And he said unto me, thou must prophesy again before many peoples and nations and tongues and kings. Okay,
so when did that take place? You know, that shows you, man. Look, that's what we're doing today, man. We're the only people doing what we're doing that was done over 2,000 years ago, man. All right, and we know that. Look, you don't have to believe it, man. But we're gonna continue in the things which we have learned, being assured of who we learned it from, because we know that this is the truth. We are fully persuaded in our minds that this is the truth, man. All right, and we believe in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and we will be delivered. The water.
That's right.
We will be delivered, man. So with that, we're gonna end it off. Lord willing, you know, those who are watching were edified. All right, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakak Dash. Stay strong, stay in the spirit. Until next time, Shalom.